Hi, this is J. David Davis with the Emmanuel Exploration Society, welcoming you to another video. I am continuing on this video talking about UFOs, a new way of looking at our world. If you have caught the previous two videos, you'll see that we've been talking about how there's not really something to be worried about, but if you are concerned, it's something that we can explore. The Exploration Society. Explore it, open-minded, look at it. Now, I want to give you an idea. I mentioned that the fear of the governments and institutions of the UFOs is that it will destroy people theologically. We mentioned that there are four basic types of species, and they're all bipods. They walk around on 2 feet. I want to talk about two species and see what you think about them from a theological standpoint. When we think of God, what comes to your mind? Most people have an image of God. The pictures that you see of God, He's usually a tall, white guy with white hair. That would be a Nordic type. When we think of the devil, the bad guy, the devil is called a snake, the reptilian. And he usually has a couple of horns, and they are reptiles that have similar horns. And the reptilians have tails. So our picture of the devil as we traditionally see him, is that he walks around like man, like a human species. He has a horn, he looks reptilian, and he has a tail. Now, is it possible that the interaction of these species in the past bled into the stories that were written about God, creation, good, evil, and have they evolved through the 5,000 years of recorded history? Now, we have the recorded history begins in Sumeria, that's in the Mesopotamian basin over where Iran, Iraq exists today. And the Judeo-Christian faith, along with Islam, and when you look at the Egyptian evolution, all of these four religions have their origin in this area of the world. And they all share similar stories. So we know from studying the Sumerian text that in Sumer they had a pantheon of gods. These gods resemble the Nordic types. So I think, now this is from our exploration standpoint, that these could have bled into the stories that are recorded in that we call text, sacred text. So when we think about these, the theological end, I don't want to try to destroy anyone's faith. Faith has survived many discoveries. It has survived when people learned the earth was not flat. There was a time when people thought the earth was flat, you sailed out, you're going to drop off. Well, we survived that. We survived the fact that we found out that the earth is not the center of the universe, that the earth is just a part of this universe that can't even be measured. So people, you listening to this video, are a lot smarter than that. You're not going to be intimidated. You're not going to go out and kill yourself or do something stupid because somebody says that, hey, there are other species in the universe. There are other species out there. There are. They're there. or perhaps they're not. But all indications at this moment says they exist. So, theologically, we're having a new way of looking at our world. Theologically, does it limit God or a person's concept of God, or does it open up a whole new paradigm of possibilities, and that God is much greater than anything that anyone has imagined? Thank you for dropping in. See you next time.